Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, hope you're well. So I'm back with another speed build today. I'm going through a bit of a phase at the minute where I am really into building industrial style builds. So like converted lofts or warehouses or stuff like that. And I had this idea that came to me last night to build something today, which is a old clock tower. So I wanted to make it look like a sort of old converted warehouse with a clock tower on it. So it's basically like an old, I guess, commercial building that's been converted into like a sort of little house / apartment mezzanine thing. And I just thought it looked really cool, and I decided to build in Windenburg because I just thought the type of build I was going for really suited the surroundings. And it's sort of on like a dock area, and I just thought it would look really cool. And the build that was on here already, it was obviously an EA one, and it was surprisingly good. I was pleasantly surprised by the build. It was just a shame to knock it down, but oh well. So I kind of struggled to figure out which windows I wanted to use because I couldn't really find the style that I was after. I settled on the ones from, I think it's the Get Together pack, yeah, because I wanted it to look industrial and warehousey, but not too modern. I think these ones suited quite well. And I didn't really want too many windows downstairs because I just felt like when you've got a warehouse, windows are always quite high up. But yeah, I think it worked quite well because I put quite a lot of sort of like graffiti and stuff on the sides, because it being like an old abandoned industrial unit. I just thought it would make sense that people come along and they put their tags on, or there's like worn out like advert painting things on the sides, and I just thought it looked really cool. And I love finding any excuse to use the graffiti because I just think it looks really cool. I like using it. So yeah, so I just popped a few sort of bits and bobs like the sort of industrial looking like vents and pipes around the sides, because if it used to be a factory or a warehouse, it's going to have those. And then just some random like potted plants just to make it look a bit more like someone is actually living there. And also with the clock on the actual clock tower, I didn't even realise we had those nice big clocks from Get Together. I was basically just going to upsize like a wall clock that we have, but I mean, it did all work for me, to be honest. And I think it looks great. So yeah, on the inside, it's quite a sizable lot. So I decided to make it 2 bedrooms. The upper floor is basically like the main bedroom, and then I've put a bathroom and a smaller but double bedroom downstairs. And I sort of thought maybe like a kind of couple would live here, maybe with a friend, or they've just got a spare room for people to come and stay. But I just thought, yeah, the spacing, at first I was a bit like, oh god, what am I going to do? But then it worked out quite well and it looked okay. And I'm obsessed with using these industrial kind of wooden and what are they? Counters and cupboards. Because every single time I build anything which is like a loft or anything, I always use them. So my kitchens look the same at the minute, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I just want to clutter it up a bit, make it look a bit homey and thrifty. I like doing builds like this where all the furniture's a little bit, some of it's like mismatchy, it's not all perfect, it's not all modern, some of it's a bit old-fashioned, like they sort of go to like thrift markets, or I don't know, they just kind of shop around and they find like one-off pieces for the house, because they're not super modern, but they are kind of city people. They're quite cool. So yeah, so I'm just grabbing bits and bobs from Debug as per usual, and just trying to clutter up the kitchen, make it look homey. And I love using string lights as well. I can't get enough of those. I think I use them in like 3 different rooms in this build, because I just think they add that little bit of extra decoration element to the room. Yeah. So just popping some bits on the walls. I'm trying to work out if I could put like an island or like a little mini table in the kitchen, but it just didn't really work. So I decided to just move on and put the dining table in. I wanted to go for a round table, but in the end it didn't really look right. I always wanted to go for the whole like mismatched chairs thing, and that also didn't work. And I just couldn't settle on like a style that I wanted. I think I went through every single chair, and none of it seemed to sort of look how I wanted it to look. So I just kind of scrapped it in the end. So I do change that in a minute. So I put a glass table and just some of those chairs, those foldable chairs. I love those as well. I can't get enough of those. I love the peach colour, but I just went with black ones. I am putting in the living room here. I love this fireplace. It's a little bit awkward because I tend to like putting like the TV over the fireplace, so I find it a bit difficult to sort of place, you know what I mean? I love creating nesting tables with those ones from Tiny Living. I just think it works really well. And I don't usually like those rugs from Eco, the fabricated ones. I just think they're really bizarre because they look like a really weird texture. But I thought they looked quite cool in this build. Like I said, this couple, they could be quite thrifty, or I don't know, they're quite laid back, so it's their kind of vibe. And obviously there's Baby Yoda because I try and get him everywhere. So I just wanted to make it look, I don't want to say like cluttered, but I just wanted it to look like they're not like uptight about the way things look. Like they do find sort of like one-off pieces, like the trunk which has the TV on it that could have been found at a market, or could have been given to them by a friend, that kind of thing. So it's not like they buy everything new. So I think I've used that armchair from Eco in pretty much every single build that I've done since I've had the pack. Bite me. And again, obviously these laundry day tables, I love using those. I think it looks really cool because you can use them in like rustic builds, you can also use them in builds like this, and the style suits really well. So yeah, I just really like them. And I love that drinks tray so much. I think it's so cute. I was kind of torn between the furnishing in the living room because I wanted things to look quite bright and cool, but also the whole like industrial style. So I just kind of went for kind of neutral tones in the end, like like dark wood and stuff. And I thought the black against the sort of tan tiles in the bathroom worked quite well, and I was really pleased with the bathroom in the end. I don't tend to spend much time on them. I thought I'd make a little bit of an effort on this one and put in some like shelving with some candles and like toiletries and stuff on. I was quite happy with this one. There you go. I don't really know what else to say about the bathroom, to be honest. This is going to be the sort of guest room, I suppose. I mean, if you're going to play with like a small family, maybe you could turn it into like a kid's room. But I just sort of did it as like either a second residence room or just a guest room where their friends stay when they come over. And I wanted to kind of change it from just being like plain white walls, so I used the wall cover from Eco, which I love. And these like movie posters, because I love using those as well. I think they go really well in this style build. And I've also recently discovered layering rugs over each other, as you can tell. But I like the whole things not 100% matching each other. And I just think it looks really cool. So yeah, this room turned out to be quite spacious. It's quite big. And I did kind of wonder where I was going to place things and how I was going to fill it up, especially because half of it's like a half wall, so you kind of have to think about what you can place against that and what's going to look right. But I think I did okay. I think it fills up relatively nicely, and it fits with the whole sort of laid back, chilled sort of vibe, with furniture not being all 100% matching and modern. And I really like the sort of style and theme I went for. There I go with the string lights again, obviously, can't get enough. Yeah, so I mean, I just wanted to sort of add a little bit of clutter and some candles and make it kind of like mood lighting. I just really liked it. I mean, it's obviously not perfect, you know, it's just sort of a big rectangle really, but I was quite pleased with how it turned out, and I would love to live in a place like this. It'd be really cool as like even like an Airbnb or something. But yeah, I wouldn't mind living here. So yeah, just going through changing the lighting, just because I always put the sources in just to see what I'm doing, and then I put the proper lights in at the end, and try to make a bit of a potted plant feature of that little bit of half wall just above where the bathroom is. I made a little bike rack out the front, and I decided to give them a little bit of a sort of outdoor space, just like a barbecue and like a picnic table, and some like sort of recliner chair things. Just they've got a bit of outdoor sort of space to sort of relax, and also like an area where they can pop their own plants, just to be a little bit relevant with eco, only a smidgen. But yeah, so just adding a couple of little extra bits and bobs here and there, like the dumpster and moving the little bits from debug, and I'm quite pleased with it. Quite happy with how it turned out. It turned out as I expected it to. So yeah, I mean, you'll have to let me know what you think. I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching. Screenshots coming up.